see it. All right. Do we have any questions before we drop down into the New York session? Do we got any questions before we drop down into the New York session? All right. Okay, no. All right. So, since we didn't do a recap yesterday, we're just going to look at the price action for over both days during the New York session, right? So, let me see how it looks if I go down to a 1 minute chart. All right. If I go to a 1 minute chart, I got to squeeze it up quite a bit. But that's not the problem, because what I want to show is, right? Remember, these octants here are the octants in between the our 1.5 standard deviation and our 1 standard deviation on our daily projection, right? These octants are for the event horizon in between those two price points, okay? Just a recap for those who, you know what I'm saying, don't remember, all right? So now this is where the magic happens, right? Remember when I said, right, when you're looking for trading opportunities, the bulk of your trading opportunity is going to happen in between the upper quadrant and the lower quadrant, right? Inside any algorithmic range that you grade, okay? Any algorithmic range that you grade, that's where the bulk of your trading opportunities are going to come from. Now, watch this. If you take a gander over here, if you look here, you will see that this Fibonacci tool is called Fib 0.25 to 0.375. This says Fib 0.375 to 0.5. This says Fib 0.5 to 0.625. And this says Fib 0.6.25 to 0.75. What do you think those are? And if you look at them, if you look here, you can see that it's octants, right? I don't have the 0 and the 1 highlighted, but it's octants. So using your little brainage, what do you think these octants are representing? We're looking at the what? In between what? We're queuing in on which PD array and in between what range? Somebody tell me. What's the PD array and what's the range? Based off of this Fibonacci settings right here. Talk to me. Don't get quiet now. Somebody say something.
Between each horizon or between each level?
What's the PD array and what's the levels? Based off this right here. Looking, it's on the screen in front of you. What's the PD array? Give me the PD array. We've been talking about it all day.
Event horizon.
Event horizon. And what is it anchored to?
The manipulation leg.
Nope. Look, it's in front of you. Right here.
Oh, the 0.25 to the 0.375.
Man, y'all give it up for Marco, man. Y'all give it up for Marco, man. Right? So, if I turn this on, right, watch here. This is the lower quadrant, 0.25, and then that octant right there, 0.375, inside, right? Remember, we was looking at event horizon in between these two levels here, right? We was looking at the event horizon here, right? And now we're looking at the event horizon here, right? Right, can y'all see it? Just imagine in your mind, right? I'm gonna put a box around this price action right here, right? Matter of fact, let's go back over to yesterday in New York, right? We're gonna go to yesterday in New York time, right? And I'm gonna put a box, right? The 3-5 down to the 2-5, right? We're looking at, just imagine in your mind if somebody had the knowledge to be able to make some lines just appear there. And then y'all help me call Cora, and she'll put it, Cora. Put the lines there, Cora. Oh my goodness, it worked. But Tim, what kind of sorcery is this? You mean to tell me if I grade even an octant inside another event horizon, I can look at another lower time frame event horizon, and when price gets above it, it will escape the gravity of this PD array down here and float up into the next PD array. And then when price gets below it, it will get captured by the gravity and get sucked back down to that PD array. And it will stair step up the octants. It will stair step down the octants. And you mean to tell me if it gets beyond that octant and start making its way to that event horizon and maybe even go further, you mean to tell me that I can continue to just grade these levels and price will stair step up these levels? It'll go to that event horizon. Then it'll go to that, our main event horizon. Then it'll go to that event horizon. Then it'll go all the way up to the... You mean to tell me that it will keep... Oh, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that if I expand this out like this right here, right, that the algorithm will create PD arrays at bus stops and use these PD arrays that's forming at these bus stops, right? Look, you see that right? Look here. When price is leaving this area right here, right? This right here is the first fair value gap that was created when it left this area right here. Price in that fair value gap is in line. It's at a bus stop. And then there's a bullish order block at that same bus stop. And then price comes right back down to that bus stop. The wicks did some damage, but look at the bodies of the candles respecting mean threshold of the bullish order block, respecting the bullish fair value gap, and then it's stair-stepping up. And then you mean to tell me that price is continuously, right, creating the first fair value gap at a bus stop, and then it comes back down into, wait a minute. I can't see it when you draw the lines, Tim, but I can see it when you do it like this, right? Get the magic box, right? So when you mean to tell me that it comes back down to an institutional order flow entry drill at a fair value gap at a bus stop on a 1 minute time frame based off of some levels that we talked about ever since the middle of April, and then price will continue to respect these PD arrays even though there's nothing to look up and to the left to? This can't be real.
Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Y'all do me a favor, hit like for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. I can't keep doing this.